So the $1,000,000 question that I always get asked is, Roo, should I be counting my calories for fat loss? Now, you've got to understand where calories and fat loss or weight loss or whatever you want to call it, how they actually link together. There's a direct correlation to the amount of food that we eat, i.e. our calorie intake, and whether we gain or we're going to lose weight. Simple as that, all right? So if we eat too much, chances are we gain too much. If we go below then, undereat, chances are then we're going to lose weight. The study shows that that's pretty much a given. That's what's going to happen. So, of course, calories have an absolute critical part when it comes to your fat loss endeavors. Now, okay, you've decided that calories are important and you want to lose weight. So something needs to happen. Now, before you get all excited and you need to get number crunching and working out how much you need and using all these sort of databases and food trackers, there's some real simple tips that I get all my guys who I work with to do before they actually get into the nitty-gritty, the finer details of calorie tracking and numbers. The first one then is to eat protein at every meal. Now, if you're not eating protein at every meal, you're missing out on something big. What we're doing here is we're adding some really good protein to every single meal. Perhaps it's 20 grams or 30 grams, that's maybe all what you need. The benefits of protein, it fills you up, okay? So it also means you're probably going to eat less calories throughout the day just by that sedating factor. On top of that then, it's probably the least likely nutrient to get stored as body fat. So when we're trying to lose the body fat, putting in more of the stuff that isn't going to get stored is fantastic. Another one then is eating vegetables at every meal. Okay, so if you're not eating a big ton of vegetables on your plate at every meal, again, you're missing out, okay? On top of getting all those benefits, we know the vitamins and minerals and the stuff that makes us feel good from day to day, it also fills us up as well, just like the protein. So, serving of protein, big serving of vegetables, and you're going to be onto a winner here already. Now, the last one to think about then is some healthy fats and carbohydrates. Where do they come in? That's when usually people say, well, okay, how much of these should I be eating? Well, I say, again, have another small serving of fats with every meal. One of the real benefits of the healthy fats is that they fill you up enormously. All right, so just even a small serving, it just has to be maybe the size of your hand, size of your palm. Whether that's, some nuts or some olive oil on your salad, on top it off, it's going to fill you up as well. The last one then is understanding where carbohydrates actually come into play. Now, we know that calories and the overall calorie requirement needs to come down. So actually, usually people restrict their carbohydrate intake. It doesn't need to be 100% restricted. You don't need to go on a no carbohydrate diet. We want a balanced all-round diet here. But what we've got to understand is that perhaps we don't need the direct energy from starchy carbohydrates and things like that throughout the day. So actually, a great point that I use with my own guys is to limit some of your starchy carbohydrates, that bulk of carbohydrates, around your activity. So if you're going to be doing some training that day, maybe you're going out for a walk, you're just excelling some energy, then you can probably warrant a serving of carbohydrates on your plate. And that's it. It's as simple as that. It doesn't need to get any more complicated, because what those pointers are doing, those 3 or 4 guidelines, eating protein, eating vegetables, including some healthy fats and balancing out your carbohydrates, it's controlling your calories. So behind the scenes, without you having to do any number crunching or food tracking, you're getting the benefits of a controlled calorie diet. And chances are you're going to see the weight loss and fat loss that you really want. Now, if you're doing that already, which I know probably a lot of people are, then it's time to take it to that next step, okay? So you're looking then at food trackers. You're actually maybe going to calculate how many calories you should be taking in based on your activity, based on your height, your body stature, your BMR and things like that. But until then, stick with the basics, reap the most from the least, and you'll be good to go. buying your food from a local independent food store such as this one offers some great benefits from doing so. Now, one of the first things people say to me is, Roo, I can't have access